time for the annual Harbor Masters Ball again. That's when all the harbor masters can get together and tell stories about all the adventures that they've had in their harbors. And the hat is very... Where is my hat? Oh, there it is. Yes, indeed. The hat is very important. And if any of you out there are going to be harbor masters one day, you must remember how to wear your hat properly. 2 fingers. This one right here at the crease of your nose like this. You put your hat on the brim just like that. Most important caution is the official whistle. Now, Captain Bernard, my friend from down the coast, he likes to wear his whistle in his pocket like that. But I don't. I like to wear my whistle out at the ready like that. Do you think there's only one way to do things? Huh? Well, our friends Theodore and Hank were wondering about that just the other day. I've got time. I'm going to tell you about it. Theodore was all smiles that morning as he set out for his favorite job, moving a barge. Now, moving barges is just about the best thing a tug could do. It's special because there isn't even a pilot who goes along with you. You're all by yourself. Of course, Theodore had moved barges before, but it always seemed new and exciting. Theodore got to move barges because the bigger tugs like George and Emily were usually busy being pullers, and the smaller ones like Hank hadn't had a turn yet. Now, this particular barge, whose name was Barrington, was waiting for Theodore. He was full of big, long tubes to take to the oil refineries. Theodore often moved Barrington. Barrington never told him what to do like some barges did. He was nice and quiet. Theodore buttoned his tow line on the Barrington and began to take him through the harbor. Theodore kept his line nice and tight so Barrington didn't bounce around behind him. Now, the hardest part of moving barges is making turns. You know, sometimes barges do strange things. When you try to turn them one way, they go another. You have to watch them every minute. Theodore was getting close to Bedford Boot. He turned one way, and of course, Barrington turned the other, right around Bedford. That was the way to turn barges, thought Theodore. Pearl, the pilot boat, came floating by. "Good job, Theodore," she called. Theodore gave a cheerful toot-toot back to Pearl and continued on his way. Moving barges was the best. Early the next day, the tugs were gathered round the dispatcher for their morning work. The dispatcher was giving out the day's jobs to the tugs. "Emily, you'll be lifting marker buoys. They all need to be painted." Then the dispatcher turned to Hank and said, "Hank, today I would like you to move Barrington barge." Hank? Theodore couldn't believe his ears. Hank had never moved a barge before. Next, the dispatcher turned to Theodore and said, "Since this will be Hank's first time moving barges, I would like you, Theodore, to teach him how to do it." Theodore was very surprised. He'd never been asked to teach anyone anything before. "Yes, sir, Mr. Dispatcher, sir," said Theodore. "It's a very important job." Theodore made his most important face, like the pilot boat sometimes made, and set off after Hank with a big toot-toot. "Isn't it great?" said Hank, as the toot-toot sailed toward Barrington. He was very excited about moving his first barge. Theodore saw that Hank's anchor was sticking out behind him. He was always forgetting to tuck it in. "You better tuck in your anchor," said Theodore. "Oops," said Hank. And reeled it in quickly. "Now you have to go in front of the barge." Theodore was just about to tell Hank how to pull Barrington from the front when Hank headed to the side of the barge as if he were going to pull from there. "Hank!" shouted Theodore. Well, Hank was so startled by Theodore's loud shout that he bumped right into Barrington. "You don't pull barges from the side," said Theodore. "Why not?" asked Hank. "I pull ships from the side." "Because," explained Theodore, "it's not the way I do it, and I'm the teacher." but Hank was already pulling away from the side. And you know what? Barrington hardly bounced around at all. Well, it's a good thing, said Theodore, that Barrington is well behaved today. Being a teacher wasn't as easy as he thought. And then he set off after Hank. They came to Bedford Buoy in the middle of the harbor. Emily was trying to pull Bedford from the water. Turning is very important, Theodore was saying to Hank. Barges always turn one way when you want them to turn another.